How's it going, everyone? We're back after a bit of a hiatus. We're going to be getting right into it, though. We're checking out today Seafarer, the ship sim, a new ship sim that came out in Steam a little bit back now before I came back to YouTube, and the devs were so kind to send me a key to check it out. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go ahead and be continuing. I did the first tutorial just to make sure the game was working and everything else like that. And we're going to be diving in. I had just started with a starter vessel, so I'll show that to you once we get in. So we're in the game now. This is our starting vessel here. And from what I've seen in the tutorial, the game's pretty cool. So we got a container vessel here. We're currently docked, as you can tell. The cool thing about this game, though, that I saw, though, is the interiors and everything. There's actually insides. Not every door is enterable, but there's different rooms. There's like cabins and things like that. You can kind of check out the ship. I know there's a way to access like the engine room and whatnot from the tutorial. But we're going to get right into it. So, jobs. We're just going to go ahead and start with chapter 1, helping hand your old buddy. Terry wants to collaborate. He's already got a job from Crescent, which is the container company. This one here is the like Coast Guard, the one with the trident. Your old buddy Teddy has reached out to you, wants to collaborate. He's already got a job from Crescent Port Logistics, needs your help with everything going smoothly. Will you be able to impress the CEO or Teddy's dream be over? So that's what we're going to do. We don't have any messages. We're going to go ahead and accept the mission. It's going to put us into a cinematic. So yeah, I know it's been a bit of the break for the channel. Hopefully some of y'all stuck it out. Multiple things have happened in real life that have kind of made it near impossible for me to get the record without going into too much details. But basically, like, you know, the classic saying, when it rains it pours. Basically, I had something go out on my computer. At the same time, my desk chair decided to have a structural failure, which was a like manufacturing defect that they fixed under warranty, but I had to wait for parts for the chair. The first set of parts came in, and when those parts came in to fix the chair, something else broke when I was trying to replace that part, and so they had to send me more parts to finish fixing the chair, and it's an expensive chair. And then I managed to somehow hurt my hand really bad, my right hand, my thumb and my index finger. So I've been in a brace, and it's very hard to, you know, do things on the computer with a mouse when you can't grab the mouse. So that's been the main reason I haven't been around. I got a lot of recordings planned, though, to get back into it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm so glad we're in this together. The start of our company wouldn't be the same without you, Captain, for the time being. Oh, he has dialogue.
Logistics as a service provider. But in the long term, I want to operate completely independently, of course. The order today is an important delivery to Crescent Port, directly in front of their headquarters. A baptism of fire, so to speak. They have a new CEO, Reuben Brooks, who got in touch with us personally and even provided us with a crew to
bothers me his mouth doesn't move.
The ferry has already been loaded in record time. All you have to do...
Ferry, I would consider this more like an OSV. A glorified offshore supply vessel. So you can sit in those, but obviously this is the wheel stand for the ship. There we go. Oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and power forward. Looks like we got forward drive and... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Excuse me. Gonna be heading out. 13 nautical miles. Okay. It's a bit of a ways. He's really close to the dock on that side, so I can't stay to his right like I should. Is he moving forward? It looks like he's moving forward. So we're going to stay behind him. We're going to turn. Yeah, that ship's moving. Had time for... That ship's moving out of port. I'll squeeze on by. We'll remove a little bit quicker than him. But yeah, so like I said, from the little bit I played of this in the tutorial, just to get a feel for the controls and everything, it's really nice. So here's the control scheme for anyone curious. Very simple controls. Crane, drone, vessel. So this is cool too. You can adjust these. So see, if you hold this down, you'll only adjust the front thruster. If you hold the right mouse button down, you can only adjust the rear. So you can actually get pretty good pivoting, like you will with azimuth thrusters. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce them. I know what they are, though. We always called them like Z-drive when I've worked offshore. But we're going to head out of port. Curious, from the tutorial, they didn't really give an idea of the scale. Last boat game I really played was Ship Simulator or something ages ago. I'm talking like 15 years ago. It came out in the early 2000s. And it was pretty good, but the big problem with that game was the distance. Like, it was, I mean, that's how it is on a boat, is the whole out in the water. When you're off the coast, it's just water. There's not really scenery or anything, so it's a whole lot of nothing. So they got to kind of make it interesting in the sense, like, there's got to be, I guess, content in this terms of a game. At least that's how I feel. Turn our lights on. And we'll leave our interior lights. It's daylight. Let's give a small adjustment. Got 3-meter wind. We're gonna get 14 knots. I mean, we're moving. Oh, don't do that. There's our radar. Get comfy. So one interesting thing, I don't know if you noticed on the menu, is multiplayer is grayed out. So hopefully in the future we see some kind of multiplayer. It looks like we're catching maybe a bit of, we got a tailwind, so oh yeah, look at that, the Lionheart. Yeah, it's basically an offshore supply vessel. At least that's what we call them in the U.S. They might call it a ferry, but it's a OSV. And so what you can do here, though, is we got the tablet here. So this is where you manage your crew. Here's the ships that are currently in the game. You got this, the supply vessel. You got a police boat, fire boat, a tugboat, like another like ferry style boat, I'm assuming. At least that's how it looks to me. Looks like it does. Yeah, it's like a pilot boat. You got a larger like fire boat. But supposedly they are continuing development on the game, so we'll see more content hopefully. It's interesting though, like this is a thruster boat instead of regular props and rudder, but it has a rudder wheel stand on it and a rudder throttle set up. You would usually have, like, see how the spotlight is, these little analog toggles,
Damn,
joysticks.
Something's wrong with the engine.
Yep, I hear it. We have a way to go down back here. This should be like a stairwell, I would think. Not in this boat unless it's over here. Nope. That's just the rear. Let's go downstairs and look. Seems like we're losing power. Excuse me. Go down into the engine. Storage tanks. So it makes me think for sure this is an offshore supply vessel. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, we're overheating. Looks like we're having an engine overheating. Let's check the air filter on this engine. Alright, usually they use keel coolers, but okay.
Looks like everything's working again.
Back up to the top deck. Give it some power. See if we get more than 14 knots. Got a crosswind right now, starboard crosswind blowing across. Don't know if that affects much in this game, but yeah, we got a bit of a way. All the way down there. But what I'll probably do though with the video is I will probably skip ahead to us arriving in port unless something happens along the way, and if something happens along the way we'll pick up there. But till then, I'll see y'all shortly. Alright, and we're back into it. We were cruising along, we made it down to 9.9 miles, and it seems our engine's having problems again, so we need to go down and check them out again. See what's going on, because thought we just resolved the issue, but head down to the engine room and check the computer, see what's wrong. Wait, we have a failure across the board. Overheating. That one's fine. And another filter on the left engine. Well, starboard engine, but just replace that bad boy. Alright. It looks like coolant maybe? No, not coolant. Fuel filters. And this boat is a thirsty These engines probably need a service on them. If we're going through oil that quick, then we might have some ring issues or something in cylinders if we're burning oil that bad. Let's make it run up to the top. It's like we're moving forward again. So I'm wondering if that's the gameplay loop to kind of give you something to do on these long trips, because this one doesn't allow fast travel, so we weren't able to just jump to the next port or cut the trip shorter or anything. There's that island I saw on the map. Yeah, so we're going to be coming along that island. I marked it out on here. The path I was planning on taking. So we're not going to go into too deep of water. We're going to stay mostly on this shallow channel right here that you see a lot of the boats following. Oh. Excuse me, cutscene. Ugh. Probably would be music playing here, but I have music turned off for obvious reasons. I don't know if it's copyright safe. Looks like it skipped our time ahead for us, which is good, because I was like, that's going to take a while without fast travel. All right, 1.2 miles now. That's much more manageable. So yeah, that's the mouth of the port right there, so that's where we're going to go. Let's get her going. Heading our way into Crescent Port. Start paying attention to her. So is there... So we're going to be on this side of this internal island barrier deal. One thing I want to do is kill the inner lights and turn the outer lights on. Leave it just like that. Make it a little bit easier for me to see. That's what you do in real life. You'd have a couple of these red lights on just so you can see the console. You want your eyes to adjust to darkness. We're going full 14 knots into the harbor. Let's pull out our binoculars and get a look. So it looks like that might be the inner island there. You can see that green starboard marker right there. We're going to be going to the left of that. Looks like we got a bridge there too coming across. Because this waypoint here is at the mouth of the channel, so going in, the mouth of the harbor. So we're gonna slowly make our way in. 7:30 at night. There's definitely a channel marker there, starboard channel marker. There's the red channel marker right there to the left. At least I think so. So that's your port channel marker, that's your starboard. That's telling you can go in between them. They did it accurately when we get to the bridge. There should be channel markers around the pilings and on the bottom of the bridge deck. Don't know if they went that far with detail, but one thing I noticed with this boat, Joe, or that's interesting, is the fact that it's drifts to the left. Like, I know the wind's blowing, you know, it's a port crosswind right now, kind of blowing almost as a headwind, but I notice it always wants to drift to the left. It always wants to naturally steer to the left. Which, I mean, I understand with currents and everything, but it's like it always defaults to the left. It doesn't really drift the other direction at all. We've unlocked cruise. Anchor watcher. Radio stuff, boat stuff. So I'm wondering if we can get an engineer, keep the boat running. That's what I feel like it would be telling us, right? Since we can get a crew now. Yeah, we can get an engineer. Awesome. That's going to be awesome because they'll be able to keep the ship running for us.
Cursed Kraken, not again!
Macmillan, are you stranded or what's the holdup? You're still not in port and we've already been waiting longer than expected. The new boss wants to know where his shipment is.
We had 1 or 2 incidents, but it was our first trip.
Yeah, well, it's like we got scammed on the boat. Like we got a freaking lemon here.
We should be picked up here.
This is holding up the whole operation.
Oh, they're finishing it for us. I'm not going to be able to make it in the port. Up here comes the tugboat.
I'll only have good things to say about you. I also know someone with a tugboat we can use. We'll manage it from here without too much extra cost.
So it's a tutorial within the mission.
The best.
So what? I gotta jump over to the tugboat, help guide the boat in. Yep. Okay, so I didn't know I could control each of those. I found out about the different controls afterwards. See, that's the kind of control I would expect more or less on a thruster boat. So that means I can do a true 360 with it. Watch this. Should work. I know we could hook up to the front winch, but I want to use the rears if I'm able to. Be a little bit easier to pull her in the port. I would have just side saddled it. I would have just hooked up to the side, pulled it, you know, side saddle, attach the tugboat to the side and bring it in like that. Be a little bit easier than trying to you know, drag it. Come on. A little bit. I hate how it resets like that. I mean, I understand why it does that, but there we go. Use a little bit of help there, or else we'd be here forever. So we're docked. So hop down. It's my first time connecting, so I'm gonna see how this works. I haven't used the winches, so I can't go around that way. Messenger line. Yeet. To the bridge we go. Let's get her going. Come on. And we're pulling. He's a big one. The light should be on. That should be on. That should be. All right, we're moving.
The dispatcher seems a bit tense, but the CEO was actually very nice on the phone.
It's all your fault, Teddy.
We wouldn't have gotten this opportunity. I hope he forgives us for things not going completely smoothly.
Nope, he's gonna fire us, and it's all your fault, Teddy. Alright, so we're going in a slip there. We're not going to the unload dock, we're going down that low. No biggie. We're gonna be going right down that first slip, it looks like. Now the one thing is, like, the boats I was on didn't have foot controls like that. I'm assuming they're probably secondary controls to work with thrusters, just so if your hands are busy doing one thing, you control something else. It's either that or winch slack or something like that. If anyone knows in the comments, let me know. I'm curious. Never really done tugboats. I worked on push boats. So we had winch controls for the lines that ran from the boat to the barges, but those were just simple forward back, and then you had a capstan control that was foot controlled down on the deck. The center line. At least the boat's towing in pretty good fashion. All right, let's look. So yeah, we're gonna clear the starboard side, no problem. Just a little bit of point it a little bit better. Not too far out, but 7 knots is pretty slow. Sailboat. A couple small boats right there. Little tugboat. Helios. A little bit of a turn. What we're gonna have to do is, it looks like it's gonna be on our port when we go in. We're gonna have to kind of hug that wall once we get that, clear that turn, so we don't have to try and steer it in if we're going to try and line up as straight as we can into it. So we don't have to do a lot of corrections when we get close, which can be a pain. I know that it's got that little K to dock thing that makes it a lot easier, but we like to try and line it up if we can. So we're going to be crossing the channel right now. Leave a little bit on the thrusters now, a little bit of an angle. It's like the boat we bought is our starter boat wasn't very mechanically sound by the appearance of it. Radio. Where'd that radio traffic? Where is our radio on this one? See, winch, compass, lights, anchors. Usually the boats have like a little VHF. Huh. Unless I'm just blind right now, which I very well could be. There we go. Now we're going to make the turn into the slip. Start working our way around. There, it should be pretty close in line now. Nice steady turn. to the drives. Bring her in. Get closer to the wall. That's the one thing about boats, everyone, is they're not exactly known for their speed. Especially while underway towing. It's like we don't even have a point, let's just get to the fucking landmark. Up in my landmark, fucking landmark. It should be just like this until we get in. Ship should be fine behind us. Looks good. A little seawall. There's what I was expecting. More like that. Really? Oh, it fixed itself magical. Did the magical unload?
There you go. We made it after all. Now the ship...
What do I need to do now? Unlocking some twist locks, lashings, unload the containers. Are there specific containers we need to unlock, or? Ah, shoot. I didn't see the marked containers because I'm paying attention. That's on me. I'll fix those other ones after. The thing is, it won't be that hard to reattach them. How do I unload shed ferry? Can't remember spaces and video menu. There we go. I haven't done a crane tutorial, so lift the lower, mouse buttons, extend, extrude, grab container. Okay, not that bad. Guess I'm loading them on the trucks. Yeah, smooth as butter, let me tell you. That's dirty. That one did not park straight. You were remotely. At least it had a little fudgery. And then come on. And we're gonna head back out, grab that last box. Beautiful.
And that's a wrap. Awesome work. We got it done.
Yeah, but you got me a piece of crap boat.
We had a delivery scheduled before nightfall.
Adriana, don't be so tough on them.
But you said...
We all just need to...
Yeah, Ruben Brooks.
Great job, Theodore, and to your team as well. I'm looking forward to working with you again.
Well, my other was
I
good.
take full responsibility for the delay. We'll be on time next time. I promise.
Me too. Here's to a
Great collaboration. So was that it? Did we finish the mission?
That went well enough. Thanks again for being there. My offer still stands. We're going to go far, you and...
Did we accomplish it? We did. $2,300, 175 XP. Let's look at the tablet real quick. We can check out the fleet stuff. So if we level it up, that'll give us another 2 knots, which could be nice. Okay. How much is it to get a good engineer? Definitely want an engineer. Even if they're a 1-star. Better than nothing. I think we're gonna level up the Herbert. Or is it Bear? Can we get another knot out of it? It's got a weird thruster assembly on it, but I don't know much about these European OSVs. I'm used to it having like a horizontal Z drive in the nose and then 2 regular. But I think that's a good spot to stop this episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to click that like button, comment down below what you think of the game, and if you want to see me play more of this. But until next time, everyone, y'all have a good one, and bye-bye.